Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Uh, I'm trying to be a little warmer today. It's a little chilly for me, so I got something on. It's a little bit warmer. Sorry I haven't been here, but my allergies have just, and my eyes are still watery, and I sneeze about 50 times. But I thought I would come on and do a video today because I had some funny things that I wanted to say, and this looks crooked, and I'm scared to touch it because if I touch it, the whole thing may hit the ground. So I think I better leave it alone. I'm just a little bit crooked today. So how are my honeybees doing? I hope everybody's doing good and there's not any flowers for y'all to go out and get some nectar and work on your honey and stuff, but y'all are still beautiful honeybees. And I did get my living room and my dining room decorated. Um, I didn't do anything else for the rest of the house. That's a lot of work. And every year I buy stuff. This year I didn't buy anything, new decorations and stuff. And because I have so many, and I wanted to talk to y'all about, I need to just turn that just a little bit. Now it's too much. That's better. Sorry about the ham. I don't know where my remote is. The dog's probably got it somewhere and chewed it. She's sitting over on the love seat watching us. But anyway, I wanted to start something called Stack Your Dollars. And it's not to bring anybody to their knees. It's just to make us aware of what we're actually spending. And right now is not a time to be spending because we just don't know what the future's going to hold. I mean, look at these people who have just lost access to SNAP. I cannot believe that is happening. And that's not just minorities. There's a whole lot of other people that are getting SNAP because they don't make enough money to provide for their families, or their jobs don't pay enough. And it's just... when my husband was active duty in the military, I think the military pays a lot better now, but I remember there were guys in the military who were getting food stamps because their pay and their size of their family wasn't providing enough. So it's hurting a lot of people, and especially the elderly. I had a friend who passed away, and she worked, but I don't know what kind of job she worked. And there was a time when people were working and jobs didn't pay into Social Security. They had their own retirement funds or something. And when the people retired, they didn't get hardly anything because the jobs really didn't pay that much. But I think she was getting something like $600 or $700 a month. And she had to pay her rent, pay her utilities, buy her, clothes or incidentals and stuff. And so she got food stamps. And just think, if you're taking people like that off of their main food supplier or whatever, I just don't understand it. I think it's heartless, and I think it's cruel. And especially for the elderly. There's some elderly people that is like this woman that I'm telling you. They didn't make a whole lot of money in their lifetime because of the type of jobs they have, so their benefits are not that much. And they depended on this. So anyway, I think that's terrible. Say a prayer for them, and if you can, throw an extra can of something in a bag and put the bag over in a corner, and one day you might need it to give to somebody. Could even be a neighbor, or you're driving down the street and you see some person and you don't want to give them any money, but you say, you know what, stay right there, I'll be right back, I'll give you a bag of food. And we all got to take care of each other, as far as I know, I think we're all the same. We're all humans, And I got something to say about that a little bit later too. Not that we're not human, but I just have something to say. So, oh, and these food banks, if you get a chance, donate to the food banks too, because people are going to be using them. And they didn't have a chance. Like if you told somebody, you got 6 months, try to stock up or whatever, because we're going to cut your food stamps off, or SNAP or whatever they call it. But to say, okay, starting next month, you're not going to have this, it's mind blowing to me. I don't understand how you would want to cause that much grief and whatever to people, but what do I know? So I also want to talk to you, that goes back into the stack your dollar. I think that, I don't think anybody lives, carelessly or whatever, but I think we overspend. And with the way our country is and the world is right now, I really don't think we should do a lot of overspending. Temu, and I got a couple of Temu things to show you. So I have something called Stack Your Dollar. It's honor system. I don't want to know how many dollars you stack or anything, but just save some of your money. And I don't know where to tell you to save your money, but I wouldn't put it all in the bank, because no jurors, we just don't know about the banking system. Do y'all remember the big debacle with savings and loans in the early 90s? People went to get their money and there were signs on the door that said you'd have to call FDIC. So I think you should stack some money. That's the only other thing I want to talk about. And then I'm going to open my my little bags and show you what I got, which is not a lot. And I like to go to, for retail therapy, I love going to Dollar Tree. And I can still go in there and spend $40 and leave with at least 3 bags. And I really feel like I have really done something. I have really bought something, and it gets rid of that need to go shopping. So, yeah. And the little baby that I was telling you that I watched, and I said I wanted to send something, but I didn't know, and I don't want to be on somebody's list. Well, a lady from the United States did go over there. And so the baby is real, because some people said it was a scam and the baby wasn't real. But the baby was real. And it does have some disabilities, because it had that something encephalitis, and it was born with it. And I don't know what this is, but it says, oh, okay, yeah, it's what I wanted. Okay. So I ordered these. I used to get them from Bed Bath & Beyond, and they were like $3 for, I think, 50 or 40. And I used them in the bathroom for hand towels, but really they were developed to be luncheon napkins. So I get the printed ones for my bathroom, or plain white, and I get the ones that say like this for my dinner or luncheon, dinner, whatever I make and somebody drops by or something. No, but for the holidays, I'm getting the ones that say, Happy Thanksgiving. Aren't those pretty? And they say, welcome guest. Can you see that? They're very pretty, and the ply, they don't have on there what the ply is, but They're very thick and they feel very expensive and very well made. You can even use one to wash your face with. But that says welcome guests, and I really love that. So I put that in the bathroom. And you can find this like $6 or $7 for 50 or 40, but if you keep looking, they'll have a thing one day where you have the wheel that you'll spin and you can get something for a penny, and that's how I end up getting so many. I wait until I can spin that wheel. Let's see what we got over here. So we talked about stack your dollars. And in the stack your dollars, let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do Christmas. I'm going to do, you know, like say $300 for Christmas. Dinner, decorations, everything, a gift, whatever. And I'm not gonna spend any more. I mean, you know, I can remember $700, $800, $900, $1,500. Well, I ordered a bunch of batteries and they weren't real expensive because everything here takes batteries. Everything around the house that I got takes batteries, so I bought these from Temu. And this is what? AAA? Yeah, these are AAA, and I bought some AA's too, but not this time. So, you know, and with Temu, let's say, you know, we really got to start setting a budget. We really got to start watching what we spend because things are changing every day and we just don't know how, you know, what's going to happen. So one thing is for sure, you need some money and you need some cash. So stack your dollars. What in the world? Oh, this is for the dog. This is for my little baby. Look, and it has her name on it, and it says Jersey. This looks kind of small, though. No, I guess not. Cheers. Come here. Come here. Let me see. I think you could use one bigger. You can use one bigger than this. We'll let your mama see. But I think this is too small. Okay. And I got some needles. I needed some needles. Why do I have so many needles? I didn't need, y'all need needles? And they're steel, and some of them have the really big eyes. Wow. I only need one pack of those. Let's see what else we got in here. They can really pack stuff. And this is a little dress, a little lounger dress. And it's kind of Halloweenish. Well, so far I like the material. Man, they can make polyester feel like anything, right? It's got a little V-neck. See that little V-neck? And the sun's gonna come over here, so I need to work fast. And that's the bottom of the dress. You see that? Isn't that cute? It's adorbs, huh? I like it. That was a good deal. What do we have else here? Oh, this is my little Halloween thing to wear with my pants. So I'll be all set. You know, there's like 100 kids that come here, and they have people, somebody drives them around in a van, and they jump out of a van and come and trick or treat. I don't like that, and my daughter buys enough. Look, isn't that cute? That is adorable. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And love orange, love that color. Don't start, okay? Why do I have two? Why do I? I haven't done that. I haven't done that in a while. Oh boy. Okay, well, we have two. Same size. It's a 4X. And then we have some garland that seems awfully stiff. Oh, these are picks. Oh, I thought it was garland. Yeah. But they're picks. And it's got snow falling off of it. And it's got the little frosted berries. I need this in another color for my Christmas tree. But there's the berries, and there's the snow that I'm losing. And I think that's about all that we got. So this is going to be a short video. I know y'all are happy about that. Well, I checked in on my favorite person, Garth Brooks, so his trial is still going, and he's going to take it all the way to the end. You know, of course, he's saying that he's not guilty, and we'll see. I hope he's not, because he's my favorite guy. And have y'all been listening to, I think I told you before, about our interstellar that they thought was and don't get frightened. If you stop and think, if God created us in this vast universe, why wouldn't he have created something, body, person, else. So anyway, they thought it was a comet, but the closer it gets, it doesn't look like it's a comet. It looks like it might be an alien ship. And I think I talked to you about this. And the first thing we want to do is fire on it, you know. And you know what that's from? That's from fear. And that's why we're having the problems that we're having in our world right now. It's from fear. Fear that there's not enough for us. Fear that the other person is getting more than us. Fear, you know, that has been taught to you for years and years. This person's going to do something to you, and you know, we got to get rid of some. Fear is natural, and when you're in a situation and your instincts tell you, you know, that feeling you get in the pit of your stomach or whatever, and it tells you, warns you, this is not cool where you are and what you're doing. That's a natural, built-in fear. But just to be fearful of the unknown, just because it's the unknown. We need to kind of try to work on that. But I said, at my age, you know, I just wanted to grow old gracefully and peacefully, you know, and some of the stuff that's happening right now, I think, it's not fair, or, you know, I know life's not fair. And so I had been telling everybody that if it is aliens and it looks like I could live with them, and they ask me if I want to go, I want to go. I want to go. And so everybody, you know that old Southern saying, bless her heart. So everybody's looking at me now going, bless her heart. She's about ready to go in a home, isn't she? So bless my heart, I'm about ready to go. Anyway, I belong to a movie club. And what we do is we watch movies. Everybody, it's like a book club. Everybody has a chance to pick a movie. And then we critique the movie. And it's called Sip and Talk, I think. Talk and Sip, Sip and Talk. And we talk about it, and it's really fun. It's really interesting. I can never find good movies, though. You know, because first of all, I'm not a movie buff. But somebody had me looking at a movie today, and it was a military movie. Gosh almighty, I was so bored. I was so bored with that movie. I was absolutely bored with the movie. It didn't like the way it ended. It didn't end answering any questions. Matter of fact, it just made more questions. And but our little get-together online is really, really fun. And the sip and talk, you can sip whatever you want. You can sip tea, you can sip wine or a drink, you know. I have some vitamin water, and I usually sip my vitamin water. And does anybody, off the subject, does anybody like fresh crab, like Dungeness crab? I am a Dungeness crab junkie. And lately it's been so hard to find. All I can find is snow crab. And I'm not crazy about snow crab. To me, snow crab is sort of like king crab. It's just kind of big and stringy, you know, parts of it have the tendons in it. And Dungeness has such a good flavor, much better than snow crab, but it's hard to find, and I don't understand why. Can anybody tell me? And I was trying to think of a funny story to tell y'all, and I called my friend, and he hasn't called me back, because I was going to ask him, Rodeo the clown, Rodeo the bull that I told you about the last time. I was going to ask him exactly how much Rodeo weighed. And then I was going to tell you another story that cost your taxpayers some money. Was my boss's son was a captain in the Army, and he was taking over a company on Fort Hood, and it was Bravo Bulls. And so he thought it would be cool to bring rodeo while he was being sworn in and the ceremony and everything that's out in the field, you know. And of course, I was out there too, so. And somebody said, who is she and how does she fit in? And Dolph said, that's just Cousin Pat. And so after that, that's what everybody said. They said, that's Cousin Pat. But anyway, they they made 4 MPs stand guard over this crate, well not crate, whatever that thing is with the bars, that they brought the bull in to Fort Hood with. And I said, well, why are y'all guarding rodeo? Rodeo won't do anything. And they said, just for the hell of it, one of these young GIs would open that gate and let rodeo out just to see what would happen. And we can't have this 2-ton, I guess, animal running around Fort Hood. So that's why they had to have somebody guarded. And you know what? Some of the guys were like from Philly or, you know, places like that. And they said they had never seen a bull in their life. And they were mesmerized and asked questions. And yeah, so it turned out to be a good thing. But they did have to guard rodeo, because if rodeo got loose, they probably, hopefully they would have tranquilized him. They wouldn't have shot him. But and then one of the boys said, well, how did you get him in the trailer? And Dolph said, typically, if you notice, there's a female up front, and they had her separated from rodeo, but initially that's how they got rodeo in there, was with a female. So, you know, we have, females have some worth, you know. Anyway, that's about all, and it's okay. Y'all can say bless her heart, because she wants to leave with the aliens. And I told you I went to the doctor, and the girl was trying to make my appointment, and I said, oh no, don't make my appointment then, because that's when the aliens are coming. And my daughter said, Mom, you're 82. She said, don't say that. They'll send you to a home, Mom. They'll think that you finally lost it. They're not following this stuff, okay? So I guess I have to be careful. But, well, I just wanted to touch base with y'all. And I'm gonna go in here and I'm going to make meatloaf, a really quick meatloaf. And that's our dinner for today. And I've got some little red potatoes and maybe some green beans, and hey, that is dinner. And I'm so glad you guys stopped by. I'm so glad. And we picked up some more subscribers last week. It's slow, but you know what? We're getting the cream of the crop. So that's all I care about, you know? So if you got a whole bunch of them, you'd have all kind of riffraff. But we're slow, and we're getting, like I said, the cream of the crop. So, and I don't have anything to hold up for my, let's see this. Hopefully that came out okay. We'll see. Anyway, let me get this uploaded, because you know what? It didn't always take so long, but it takes, oh, I know what I was going to tell you. So around here, I don't know about you, but day before yesterday, Sunday and Monday, everybody's phones were out. AT&T, T-Mobile, who else? I was going to say Sprint, you know, we don't have that anymore. But all the phones were out, and it was like, what is going on? Did y'all have trouble with your phones? Let me know. Well, me, I didn't have any trouble with me. Bless my heart. Mine was okay. All right, guys. See you next time.